We've had over 40 people write into our show about an incredible young man from Pennsylvania named Ben. Ben was diagnosed with autism when he was 2 years old. He's apparently one of my biggest fans. He also loves the Philadelphia Eagles football team and my friend John Dorenbos. So we brought him here, and right now he's backstage with John. He thinks he's filming something for Ellen Tube, but we may have just said that to get him here. John, if you can hear me, just yell out, "I love Ellen."
I love Ellen!
Me too!
We love Ellen!
Yes! Yes, okay.
All right. I'm going to surprise Ben right now.
Okay, we got to calm down for a minute. Okay.
Why do you love football?
I love football.
Ben. Hey, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Somebody
Ben.
wants to say something.
Hi, Ben. Hi.
Wait, is
Ben.
this happening?
Wait!
What are you
hold
doing
on.
back there? You're supposed to be out here. Come
Wait!
on.
Hold it.
Come
Oh my
on.
gosh.
Ben,
Oh my gosh.
guess
Oh my
what?
gosh.
We're going
Yes,
out.
you're supposed to be here. Hi, Ben.
Hey, what's up, love?
What a surprise.
This is amazing. I dreamed about this for 3 years.
Well, you made it happen.
I did.
Yeah, you did. You dreamed about it, and now you're sitting right here. I'm so happy to have you here.
Oh, my gosh.
I've heard so much about you. So you're my biggest fan.
Yeah.
How often do you watch the show?
I watch it every day, Owen.
Oh, well, that's what I'm asking. That's all I ask of you. It's look, just like Ben here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
This is a fantastic story, fellas. Two Yankees playing in the house that Ruth built, both going after his record. It's great for baseball. Holy cow!
There it goes! Back to the wall! It's gone!
Maris comes over from Kansas City, first year with the team. He beats Mickey out for the MVP. You're telling me Mantle wouldn't be pissed off that Maris doesn't have something to prove? How about the home run record? You think you got a shot at the bait?
I think if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Mickey.
It's pretty amazing the guy can play at all, considering how much pain he's in.
Maybe if he took better care of himself, he wouldn't be injured so much.
It's a tough town not to have fun in.
You can write what you want, Sam. The fans love this guy. They love him.
How come Maris never smiles? He's having the season of his life, and he looks like a zombie out there.
Number 7, Mickey Mantle. It says 80% of the fans are rooting for Mickey.
Well, I guess that seems right, yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not a New York kind of guy, Sam. I'm just some dumb redneck from North Dakota.
As for the M&M boys, I'm told there's a feud growing between
Are we feud? Yeah, I guess so. It's on TV. Well, you then.
What's to say?
Yours.
Well, there's a couple of huckleberries out there letting Roger know they don't want him to break Ruth's record.
Can you believe this? They're booing him in his own ballpark.
Why does it gotta be they've only got room in their hearts for one guy?
I don't know, sweetheart.
You guys are all over him day and night.
A film by Billy Crystal.
You're like a movie star to these people, you know. But me, if I don't want to talk about things and I just want to play ball, what does that make me? I mean, does it make me the bad guy?
There's no bad guy, Raj.
Thomas Jane. Barry Pepper. 61.
Why is this the play of the game? This is the play of the game because I have had so many hot dogs and lobster rolls today and sushi and shaken so many hands and went to the bathroom a couple of times and taken so many pictures a couple of times more than that. So this, ladies and gentlemen, the play of the game.
Reach out, oh, red and see. Reach out, red and see.
everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Reach Out with Ray and Steve. This is the show where East meets West, where the Yankees meet the Dodgers, and baseball meets music. And we all come together for community. All right, everybody, let's bring on our host, Ray and Steve. Come on in, gentlemen.
Hey, Robbie, how you doing today?
I'm good. How's it going out there?
Roberto. So you got your Dodgers shirt buttoned up to the top button here. You must be on a little streak going on here. Oh, there we go.
Well, you know what? I hate to say this. We just got beat in this last series with the lowly Colorado Rockies. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's a tough thing, but it's a dogfight. Dodgers and Giants, the two best records in baseball. Dodgers are still 2.5 games behind the Giants, though, and so we got some ground to make up. It's going to be quite a race here to the end of the season for the.
That's right. Who'd have thought it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Are you a Met fan? Some Metsies are a little controversial these days, but who would have thought the Padres aren't even in the mix?
Oh, man, they are just falling over the cliff. And how about your boys there, Ray? The Yankees had quite a winning streak, didn't they?
These last 2 days ain't been pretty. So yeah. I'm a little concerned.
But you had 13 games in a row.
I don't care about that. I care about today. And, we've lost the last two. And, it's like we just went flat all of a sudden. But you know what? Tonight's another night. But I'm excited about the second half of the show because
I'm excited about. I got to share with you. My granddaughters for 2 weeks have been with me in California.
Oh, really?
And we have been having fun. Hey, girls, come on over here.
Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Get right behind me over here so the kids can see it. And we've got
those are not your grandkids.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Hey,
those
we've got
three girls should be on television like the Supremes or something like that. Come on.
Hey, one of these days, I'll tell you what, we're starting a family band. But we've got one thing we got to say to you. Here's what my girls say every morning when they get up. 1, 2, 3.
We love the Dodgers.
No, you got to say it louder. 1, 2, 3.
We love the Dodgers.
Does it ever end?
Don't you know this show is coming live from the Bronx here? What's going on here, Robbie?
Hey, it's going out nationwide. That's what you guys forget. You think it's only in New York.
Oh, all right. Well, you know what? We can't argue with those beautiful granddaughters of yours. Beautiful job, girls. Very good. Very nice.
Good job,
design.
girls. Thank you, girls.
We have Yankee hats for you before the end of the show's over.
All right.
Robbie, but I was saying that at the second half of the show, I got this Dr. Katz.
Oh, yeah.
That's supposed to come on and stunt you on Dodger trivia.
All right, I'm ready.
So I can't wait
I thought he was going to
to
stump
see.
you on Yankee trivia.
No, I can't wait to see Robbie Robinson go down.
Hey, we should have a contest: Yankee trivia versus Dodger trivia.
Well, that's what we're gonna do. He's gonna be the mediator.
He dished it out.
He will be the mediator, and he'll hit us back and forth.
But
all right, let's do it. I'm ready.
We're still in the little baseball world because the Mets retired number 36, which is Jerry Koosman.
Yes,
who was
and
one of
they
the
should.
greatest pitchers for the Mets, along with Tom Seaver. A great ceremony there. He went over 200 games. He's a Minnesota boy. But it was really good to see Jerry Koosman get his day. What do you think, Robbie?
I agree. I think Jerry Koosman was a great player, and he well deserves it. No question about it. Number 36. All right.
Number 36. And Ray, have you ever met Jerry Koosman?
On many occasions, and I'm only going to say that in 1969, there was Simon and Garfunkel, and then there was Seaver and Koosman.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. I hate to say it, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
And he was on the mound when they won the World Series in 1969. He was the winning pitcher in Game 6. So
I mean, you can go back 10 years earlier, not even like 5 years earlier, and then you would have had Drysdale and Koufax and Drysdale.
Game
they were
5,
pretty good.
Dr. Katz is already telling me I'm wrong. It's Game 5, wasn't Game 6. Okay. So I gotta be on my game here right now.
I didn't know Dr. Katz was on payroll over here.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's already. I saw him mumbling to Bob over there.
I'm also, Robbie, one of the best baseball movies from the standpoint of the spiritual aspect was 61. And
I love that movie.
And Yogi Berra, you can't find a better guy than Yogi Berra. So
I agree.
To have Paul come on today.
Yeah, he's going to be coming on in a few moments. In a few moments, when we get him on.
Yogi Berra really used to love to chuckle because we used to mess with him about the guy playing Yogi Berra.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
I used to love to mess with him in the clubhouse.
It's 20 years since 61.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
yeah.
20 years, unbelievable.
Yeah.
But sometimes.
No, but let me just say that Yogi said, true story.
Okay.
They should have got Robert Redford.
I love it.
All right,
That's
we'll see
great.
what Paul has to say about that in a few minutes. But you know what? If Ray and I are not in the community, we're giving tickets away. So we got some free Met tickets to give away tomorrow. So
I didn't give those away.
Yeah, well, we're going to be giving them away. Free Met tickets all tomorrow, game 1 and game 2. It's a doubleheader, 1 o'clock game. Great seats, third row behind home plate.
In the upper deck.
Tomorrow night. And just contact us right here. And
Wow.
get you those free tickets. Just let us know. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a hot one. But I don't think you're going to be in Citi Field, are you?
I really don't think so.
Well, maybe in a couple of weeks because the Yankees will be there.
Yeah, I'll be there for that.
Oh, okay, all right. But we also have Bat Boy coming up at the Babe Ruth Museum on September 15th in Baltimore, Maryland, and on September 21st at the Yogi Berra Museum. These are going to be great shows.
Wow.
Steve, when have they not been?
No,
great?
but you know, it's
the only show better in town, and I have to admit it, is when Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons came in, and Robbie Robinson just goes wild. You know, I mean, you see how cool and calm and collective he is here. But man, when he gets going,
Oh, I see
forget
that.
about it.
He's like the manager on the stage there.
Manager, nothing, man. He's like a wild devil, Elvis Presley in 1955.
You should see me. I'll tell you what, you think I'm wild on stage. You should see me at the Dodger World Series this coming October against the Yankees.
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah, but it's going to end very badly for you, Robbie. I hope you're ready for that.
We shall see. We'll ask the expert tonight.
Okay, well, that's the expert. Who's going to win the World Series, the Dodgers or the Yankees? And Rachel Barcelona is going to be in our Yogi Berra show. She's an international autism advocate. She's going to be doing one of our favorite songs, Town Without Pity.
Wow.
And on that show. And we're giving back to a program, a 9/11 program called Voices. And all the proceeds are going to go to that program. So
She's
we're
such a
excited about
cutie.
that.
Look at that. She's such a cutie.
Oh,
See,
she's
Rachel?
great.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful inside and out. You know, she really is.
Absolutely. And
That's
what she
right.
does for these kids.
We're gonna get the
and she's a
killers.
kid herself.
That's
and,
right.
and she's just out there doing what she does, man. It's great.
I have a question about Bat Boy.
Yes, sir.
It just dawned on me, no pun intended for a Frankie Valli song. It just dawned on me, though, that Bat Boy is a great story, and it's the story of Ray Negron. But again, you're only New York centric. Isn't there a world outside of New York, like in Los Angeles, where the Dodgers? Why don't you have a Dodger in Bat Boy?
All right, Rob.
We've never been asked that question before. I don't know.
Hey,
We'll
you could
consider
have
it. We'll
Tommy
consider it.
John. You could have
Yeah.
Tommy John. He was part of your story.
There we go.
Okay.
And then we'll have to make a cameo appearance then if we do that.
Hey, Robbie, if you come on and play Yogi Berra, then we'll be in LA.
There we
Yogi
go.
Berra should have been on the Dodgers. You know that story. We'll ask the expert about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll go there.
Boy,
he was
this expert, Dr. Katz, has got a lot of questions to answer when he comes on.
because Yogi Berra was going to be signed by Branch Rickey.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right. That's true.
That's true. But you know, we're talking about Yogi Berra, the players going to get the Yogi Berra Museum. I want to thank Joni for setting everything up there on September 21st.
Joni!
We love
Thank you so
Joni.
much. We love Joni, yes. Thank you, Joni. It's going to be a great time. We're gonna have, it's a dinner and a show. It's donation, $75. It's going to be a great night. So it's all going back to the program Voices, 20 years since September 11th. But we want to bring in Paul Borghese onto the screen here because he's been an accomplished actor for so many years. He played Yogi Berra, the only person to play Yogi Berra apparently in a movie 20 years ago in 61. Paul, are you there, sir?
There he is.
There he is.
see him.
We can't hear him. You have to unmute yourself.
You have to unmute hit the button.
All right, so
There.
Paul, you can hear us?
We got it. We got it.
Oh, there we go, Paulie. Thank you so very much. 20 years since 61. Talk about how you got that gig, and it's been 20 years already.
Yes, here is the 20th anniversary of the premiere of the HBO movie 61. And yes, I am the only actor to have played Yogi as a player in a movie although a couple of other actors have played him as a coach. My friend Joe Grafasi in the ESPN miniseries The Bronx is Burning, which I was also in, but played a different character in. Sorry, I'm talking to you guys from a car, but I'm at a birthday party, and I came out so I could come on the show and then go back in again.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. But you've been an accomplished actor for so many years. How has the pandemic kind of stopped things for you, or has it stopped for you?
Well, it stopped for all of us for a while there. I mean, the industry was almost pretty much completely shut down for a while, and nobody was working. Now it's starting to get going again. I started working again. I worked on an episode of Law and Order Organized Crime last week. So, and I'm also a director. So I've got a number of projects in the works that it's okay now to get them off the ground because we're in the clear. They're just a lot more strict on the sets when it comes to the COVID guidelines and social distancing and all that.
Right.
Paul, I got to ask you, when you met Yogi for the first time, I mean, you as an actor who's trying to portray someone, how did you feel? How did he feel? I mean, did you become Yogi?
It was a lot of fun because HBO set that up for me. They wanted me to meet Yogi and get to know him. And actually, Yogi taught me, helped teach me how to hit lefty because, Yogi played as a righty, but he batted as a lefty. So they set it up, and I went to the Yogi Berra Museum, and I met Yogi, and we hung out the whole afternoon. And, he's a quiet guy, so at first he's a little apprehensive. But then as I got to know him, and again, he helped me with the hitting. And then we had, of course, when the movie came out, we had screenings together. He came out on set. So I got to know Yogi very well and his family very well. And I recently reunited with his granddaughter, Lindsay. And I try to do as much as I can and be involved with the Yogi Berra Museum as much as I can. They recently came out with the Forever Yogi postage stamp, which was totally awesome. So I was invited to that ceremony. So, I keep getting these opportunities to go back to being Yogi again, or the closest thing to Yogi right now, because Yogi's unfortunately not with us anymore.
Yeah, but it sounds like you're very close to the family. You want to give a shout out to Teresa Farrell, who hooked me up with you to talk about the possibility of coming on board for our Bat Boys show on September 21st. So, Teresa, thank you for that. But this is a big show for us because it's 20 years since 61, but the Berra family is going to be there. So it's exciting. So we are so thankful that you're going to be joining us. And between Ray and I and yourself, we're going to come up with a really cool skit for you to perform in.
No, that'll be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And they have a great theater there. We actually screened 61 there once. It was a big fundraiser, and it was a high ticket price per head. And we had a panel discussion after the screening, which was me, Yogi, and Elston Howard's wife, who
Arlene
Elston Howard had taken over behind the plate for Yogi in 1961, which was when the movie coincidentally takes place in 1961. It's called 61 because of the home run that Roger Maris hit to break Babe Ruth's home run record. So I'm really looking forward to being involved in the play and meeting new people and, being again at the Yogi Berra Museum and again with the Berra family. I love Yogi's sons and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Paul, I have a question for you. I've had the privilege of hanging out with Yogi, and Yogi Berra to me is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But beyond his abilities on the field, off the field, he was such a special human being that just touched hearts and lives around the world, transcended baseball. In your research and in your opportunity to get shoulder to shoulder with him, what jumped out at you most about his character, his personality?
Well, you mean as far as my experiences with him, or
either that or your research about him. What jumped out at you about Yogi?
I mean, he's one of the only players that he was revered by the other players. He was a really, really great ball player, and even though everybody knew he was great, because of his stature, and he wasn't a big guy, you know, sometimes he wasn't credited as much for the ball player he was, and his statistics and all that spoke for themselves. But he was like the only player that really they turned into like a caricature, you know, in the general public. I mean, the newspapers just loved to write about him, and they would always make, you know, have drawings and caricatures of Yogi as opposed to the, you know, like the photos of Yogi, because he was just he was a character in addition to being such a great ball player. But when I met him, he was a very reserved man at first, but it was funny because as time went on, he has really a great sense of humor. I mean, and a lot, you know, those yogiisms that he's famous for, which 20 years ago, I probably could have recited every one of them to you, but they, you know, as our memories go, 20 years later, I don't remember them all. But he just became a very funny guy with me. And he would say things that I couldn't tell whether or not he meant to be funny or they just were funny to me. So we actually had our best moment when there was a screening of 61 at the Yogi Berra Museum. We had seen it so many times. There's a point in time in the movie where it moves a little bit slow. And we coincidentally both left the theater just to kind of take a walk. And it was, we were walking around the museum, and we both said the same thing, kind of. It moves a little slow here. I had to walk. So I wound up spending like a half hour while the screening was happening with Yogi. And he was just walking around the museum and pointing to everything to me and telling me stories, everything from, you know, the big fight the Yankees had at the Copacabana one night, just stories about, you know, Mickey and Whitey Ford and them going out. And so he just is a warm man, and he's a humble man. He's a generous man. And, you know, I miss him. His wife, Carmen, was a gem, a real classy lady.
Yeah.
So as an Italian-American, I'm very proud to have been able to portray an iconic Italian-American New York Yankee. I mean, what's better than that, you know?
Well said. That's great.
Said. Well, Paul, thank you very much for sharing a few minutes. It's a special honor to have you there because the whole show is a tribute to the Voices program to support the folks that lost lives in September 11th. So thank you for being there on that special show. I understand there's only one piece of birthday cake left, so you better get back in the restaurant.
I have one quick question for Paul before he goes away.
Sure.
So, Paul, since you were in The Irishman, tell us who killed Jimmy Hoffa.
Well, if I told you that, then I'd have to kill you.
Okay, then never mind.
All right.
That's all right. Hey, listen, we can get away with anything because we got Frankie Valli on our side.
There we go. Right. There we go. Paulie, thank you so much, sir. We'll be talking real soon this week. Thank you. It's Paul Borghese.
I had to say it.
I hear you.
Okay, guys, I'm looking forward to doing the show.
Thank you, Paul. Take care.
Say,
another addition to the show, man. It's going to be.
Man, he was great.
Yep. But you know what? We have a young man that was on Ellen. We started this whole show off, and he recently did the national anthem. He's from Philly. I think he's a Phillies fan. We're Yankee guys. You're Dodger guys. So, well, let's check him out singing the national anthem and bring this gentleman on real quick.
For the singing of our national anthem.
Wow. I got my Phillies hat on.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
all right. Out of here.
Well done, Ben.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So we got the call to do that. Were you nervous?
No, I'm actually not nervous when I sing. I never told anybody I can sing.
Okay. Now we started this whole show off on the Ellen show. How did that come about? How'd you get on Ellen?
It took me 3.5 years. One day they called and I do a lot of stuff for the Eagles Autism Challenge, and I had to keep a secret for 6 weeks. And then they called me and they said, "We want you out here next week," and they totally surprised me.
And she played a little trick on you, right? You didn't know what was going on at first.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great episode. I mean, John Dormouse has a great story as well. I mean, he has a great background and a great story. He's just an amazing human being. I do a lot of stuff for the autism. I just started my own business. As you can tell, I do sing, which is really cool. I love going into schools and talking about my story about autism. I have my own website, which is benergy1.com. And yeah, I'm a big Phillies fan and an Eagles fan. Sorry out there. I just had to switch my hat. I had to tease you guys. I know. And I love they call me Benergy. So I have a lot of energy all day.
Yes, you're a huge advocate for the autism community. Why is it so important to help other people and other families that are challenged with autism?
So, Steve, having autism is really not a bad thing. It doesn't characterize who we are. Everyone is unique and special, just like a rainbow.
Amen, brother. Well said, Ben.
You know, isn't that unbelievable? And you have the heart of gold. I know you know Rachel Barcelona, Tyler Gianchetta, Ashley Blum. Talk about their efforts, but young people's efforts to change this world, because you're doing it.
I think that we need to be more ambassadors in our world. I love being an ambassador for autism. And I do go to church as well. God's provided me to right people at the right time. They started a disability ministry at our church called Bridge, and it helps people with special needs, which is really incredible. And I encourage families out there, if they ever need anything, please go to my website, refer to other people, go talk to some people, be kind. That's what we talk about all the time, is always being kind.
That's right.
I just really would love to get my message out there, my story out there about autism. And I feel like if you ever need a singer, or if you ever need me to come into your school or talk about my story, give me a call.
That's what I was going to say. Do you talk at schools? Do you offer inspiration to other people, or is that something you really want to do now moving forward?
So I actually started my own company called Benergy One Presentations. So Benergy One Presentation, I'm the president of my own company. And basically what I do is I've spoken over 50 schools. And that's part of my full-time job, is to really go into schools and talk about my story. So my goal is to work for schools and work for places to have me come speak. So I'm really working for more schools to have me come speak. So if you have any connections, I would love to pick people's brains about coming into schools and speaking.
Great. Talk about your family support. How important is your family to you?
My family's amazing. I just want to give a shout out to my mom and dad and my brothers. If my brothers wanted to do it, I wanted to do it. I have 2 older brothers and I look up to them. And if they wanted to drive, I wanted to drive. If they wanted to work, I wanted to work. And if they wanted to do what I wanted to do, I wanted to do what they wanted to do. So it was really good mentoring their paths, and I just think they're pretty incredible. Dan has been working with me very well on exercising and rehabilitation. He's like my rehab coach, so he's helped me do some life skills stuff. It's called Dan School, but basically he helps me do some social situations and some different stuff. So I wanted to give a shout out to him for what he's doing.
Cool. And we have a mutual friend with myself, Ray Negron. This is not Ray. Actually, this is Connie Bradley here. And actually kind of has Ray's hair back in the day, right?
Yeah.
But talk about Mike Dempsey a little bit. You're friends with him. Talk about Mike Dempsey.
Mike is a great guy. I love Kelly and Mike. I think they do a great job with their dads and daughters show. I met Mike on social media, and we went to the Jaws event, the Ron Jaworski's golf outing, and we just connected from there. I mean, he's a great guy. He's really given me a lot of connections to different people. And then the same week I was at the golf outing, the day I got a call from the Eagles saying I got the job. So I work for the Eagles as well. I work as game day staff. I work for Giant Food Stores, and I also work at I also started my own company called Benergy One Presentations, which is pretty cool.
Good work ethic. So you're an Eagles fan. I'm a Vikings fan. she's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
I know.
He's a Dodger
the other
fan.
week. You beat us the other week, and when the Steelers came in, it was
Yeah,
hard.
we got a whole mixture of things here. But what do you think of Ben and the work that he does to help others, Connie?
I think it's great. We need more people to with so much going on now, we need more people and advocates to do more work and everything what the young people are doing right now. So we need it.
And tell everybody, Connie, what you do. Tell everybody what you do so they understand the work that you do.
So my full name is Constance Renee Bradley. On social media is Connie B. I'm the owner of The Good Life Beauty and Wellness, and I'm teaming up with my business partner, Papa Flocka. He's the president and owner of the One Nation Steeler Nation organization. We are joining forces to serve the community nationwide and worldwide with our Black and Gold Tour. So we're joining forces as the Black and Gold World Tour. Usually we'll try to do the Steeler game dates, but we'll go to any city outside the country, inside the U.S., serving our community. The events would include cutting the veterans, the U.S. veterans hair free haircuts, feeding the homeless.
Wow.
So different community events. And I'm adding teen empowerment to the Black and Gold World Tour.
Wow.
So
awesome. Well, that's how we change the world, as Ben was talking about. One life at a time, one act of kindness at a time. And that's how we change the world and make it a better world.
That's right. And Connie flew in from Memphis to help us out with our Chapters Rap anniversary party last night, and she did a great job. She's with Alex Garrett, who's friends of Ray Negron, and together we kind of did a great job yesterday. So thank you for helping us out yesterday.
Cool.
I just wanted to say another thing. If you ever want to follow me, you can go to my website, and I would love to connect with all of you to do some more outreach stuff. And if you ever need somebody to sing the national anthem or go into schools and talk, give me a call. I mean, I would love to work with you, ma'am, on this different stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Ben, do you know any Frankie Valli songs?
I know.
How come? Come on, brother.
I love John Denver, Country Roads. That's my favorite.
All right, that's close.
Country Road. All right, Frankie Valli, John Denver, a little different. But Ben, again, how can people get a hold of you? And thank you, man. God bless you. Everything that you do. What you got
Hold
going
on,
on?
I have a card here. You can get a hold of me right here.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right.
All right, there we go. That is awesome. And go Eagles. Who do the Eagles start off the season with this year?
Atlanta Falcons, week 1 in Atlanta.
Okay, in Atlanta. All right, we'll see what happens. The Vikings started with Cincinnati, so Pittsburgh starts off with Buffalo, right?
Yes.
All right.
Don't forget to follow me, ma'am. Don't forget to follow
All
me.
right, we got you covered, Ben. Thank you so very much. God bless.
Thank you, Ben.
A couple of pictures are there. So, Connie, real quick, talk about how people get a hold of you and why do you do what you do?
Well, me, Connie B, and Papa Flocka, the owner and president of One Nation, we do what we do because it's in our heart to serve the community and our heart to serve United States veterans. Now, I'm a little new to the Steelers, but Papa Flocka has been with the Steelers since 1972. He's been a huge fan, just really serious into it. So I learned a lot from him and other Steeler fans and everything. Adding teen empowerment to the Black and Gold World Tour, we're just ready to make an impact. So that's what we are joining forces for, to make an impact.
All right. Well, Connie Bradley, thank you so very much. And thank you for stopping in here today. And we have a couple of back in the day commercials before we get to Dr. Katz and Ray Negron, this little trivia go around here. But we have some commercials. It's a Metsy kind of thing. So let's go back into time with some Jerry Kuzman and Darryl Strawberry.
All right. You're parked outside Penn Station when two guys with a cooler and binoculars come up and ask you directions to shave. Not only are they wearing Phillies caps, but they are dressed in stop sign Philly red from head to toe. What do?
They're packing.
Cooler, binoculars, transistor radio.
Degree of disorientation?
If they were Crayolas, they'd be tourist green.
Confiscate the cooler, write them up for indecent exposure, and tell them to go downstairs and catch the PATH train to Hoboken.
10-4.
Milk's got the kick that gives you more.
every pore. Health Kick.
Hey, New York, get on my Health Kick. Milk. It's got the power I need for pure energy.
Kick. So get on a Health Kick, let it pour. America's favorite Health Kick. Get on a Health Kick, milk's got more. Have more milk, 'cause milk's got more.
Hitting home runs is the fun part of my job. Catching is the tough part, the sweaty part. But you won't catch me showering with deodorant soap. I made a break from all that. A clean break with Ivory. Look, that's basic, natural, honest soap. It's not like soaps that cover you with smelly perfumes or deodorants. What's that got to do with clean? Ivory's clean is an honest clean. You can smell it, you can feel it.
Make a clean break, because you just can't beat Ivory's Honest Clean.
Even when you got a special date.
Go back to one.
Good
All right,
stuff.
So, good stuff. Back in the day commercials. What we do, always doing Dodger stuff and Yankee stuff. We got some Met fans that are watching. So we have Dr. Katz here, and you were looking at that commercial with Gary Carter. Talk about, I mean, he passed away at such an early age. Talk about Gary Carter and his illness.
Yeah, Gary Carter unfortunately got one of the worst kinds of tumors that we see today called glioblastoma. Essentially, nobody survives. And most people live about a year, and that's about what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I know at the end it was very, very brave. He did events and he was going out there, but you could see he was really struggling.
Was that the same type of cancer that Bobby Mercer had?
Exactly the same as Mercer, McCain, Ted Kennedy, Tug McGraw.
And let me ask you, generally speaking, doctor, I mean, when someone, what's the scenario as far as children, like when children get it, or can a child get it?
Children can get it. They do much better. It's a slightly different disease. But when adults get it, it's generally a year and a half at best.
So my first book, The Boy of Steel, was about a little boy with the same type of cancer. Yep. And based on a true story of a little kid who, actually several little kids who had it. So it's just, as I told a friend of mine earlier, I met a little boy at one of the book signings, and the little boy said to me, and I want you to respond to this because it's very spiritual, and I know doctors don't always deal with spirituality, but this little boy said, Mr. Negron, if I do one good thing a day from now until the day I die, will I go to heaven? What's your response to that, doctor?
Well, I think we should always, all of us should do at least one good thing a day, and hopefully we'll go to heaven, not just him, but all of us should live by that.
Robbie, you're one of the more spiritual men.
Hey, this is becoming a theological show. I love it,
Yes. I mean, will you respond to that, Robbie?
Well, my understanding of theology, if you really want to get into the weeds here, is we cannot work our way to heaven because Jesus Christ did all the work for us on the cross. When he died, he did everything because all have sinned, fall short of the glory of God. The only way we can get to heaven is by putting our trust in the Savior, and that Savior is Jesus Christ. And that would be my theological answer.
Now, wouldn't you say that little boy was, in essence, by believing the way he did, isn't he, in essence, doing just that, Robbie?
Well, I think we all need to love thy neighbor as thyself, and we all need to do our good works, and hopefully we do more than one. But there's not a balance sheet that gets. If you do more good things and bad things, that's not going to get you to heaven. It's in faith. It's by grace alone, through faith alone. That's the way I would understand it. But again, we're getting into some theological weeds. I'm not sure that's where we want to go. I think we want to talk about baseball, and
we're going to talk about baseball. But Steve is the one that brought this thing up.
Wow, you throw me under the bus, right? We gotta get Doctor here. You throw me under the bus in front of all these people here. All right.
It's okay. But anyway, let me just say, this gentleman over here is a doctor. Tell him what kind of a doctor you are.
I'm a radiation oncologist, so I treat cancer. I specialize in prostate cancer.
Now, you called me up over the weekend. You interrupted me. Okay.
What are you doing, right?
Excuse me.
We can't get into that.
Okay, here we go. The
guests even know.
Degenerate people. But anyway, you you bothered me over the weekend. I don't like to be bothered. I like to be able to let my mind concentrate and deal. And this man calls me up and tells me, him and this other degenerate guy that I know, Bob Unger, and tells me that I finally got someone that can beat you in trivia and this and that, and you and your friend in the West Coast, the Robbie Robinson guy, totally disrespecting that they knew everything and that they could stump us, Robbie. What do you think about that?
But before you get to that, Robbie, just for the record, you called me 15 times this weekend.
I didn't call you. But anyway,
I can't even get him on the phone. He doesn't even give me his number.
Robbie, I agree with you. He doesn't. Okay. But anyway, Robbie, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Doctor, are you ready for this?
You ready?
I'm ready.
All
Okay,
right.
let's try this.
Can I do a Brooklyn Dodger trivia question?
Yeah,
Let's go, baby.
For Robbie? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good one. Roy Campanella, how many times did he win the most valuable player and what years?
3 times, and I believe it was 51, 52, and 51, 52, 53, maybe. I'm not sure about the years, but 3 times.
Very close. 51, 53, and 55.
Okay.
Very close.
Okay, so he gets
He gets a point there.
Yeah. Partial,
1 point, Robbie.
we give partial credit here.
Okay.
Okay, now I go.
Okay.
I ask you a question?
Now you ask me a question. This is East against West.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do a Yankee question.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
Okay. There are 3 pitchers who won 200 games pitching in a Yankee uniform. Who are they?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Who won? Now, doctor, give me the right. I mean, what are you asking me? Did they win 200 games as Yankees
Yes.
total?
Yes.
Or did they
No,
win
like
the
Clemens,
200?
for instance, won way over 300,
Right,
but not
He didn't-
200 as
He
a
didn't
Yankee.
win 200 as a
So
Yankee.
there has to be 200 as a Yankee.
Okay, so then we're talking about Andy Pettit, Whitey Ford,
Very good.
and Red Ruffing.
Bingo.
All right. There we go.
Wow.
Bingo.
Okay,
I'm impressed, Ray.
I get 3 points. You got 1.
Can we do
No.
Should I do another Brooklyn question?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Brooklyn
Go ahead.
question.
This is a good one. On opening day, 1947,
Oh, boy.
who was Jackie Robinson was a
Yeah.
rookie. Who was his first manager?
Leo DeRocher?
No.
Oh.
DeRocher was suspended in spring training that year.
Right. God, I can't think of his name. I can picture him, but I can't remember.
I'll give you a hint. He was the bullpen coach.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
You're scratching your
I can't-
head there, Robbie.
It was Clyde Sukforth.
Right,
and then,
right,
and
right.
then within 2 weeks, Ricky asked his old friend Bert Schotten to come and manage. So most people
Right.
you say Bert Schotten as the answer.
Sure.
Okay.
That was way
All right.
before I was born. That was not even.
Okay.
Another Yankee question?
Yeah, Yankee question
All
there.
right, very good. Okay. This is a very hard one. 1932 Yankees. They had 9 future Hall of Famers. No team has ever had 9 future Hall of Famers on it.
Wow.
Can you name them?
Can I name it? Okay, let's start.
Were you a bat boy then?
Yeah, I was a back boy. That was my first year.
If you don't want to go that far, I have others.
Okay, we got 9.
9.
All right.
Imagine that, 9 Hall of Famers on one
Amazing.
team.
Bill Dickey,
Bill Dickey,
Lou Gehrig, Tony Lazzari,
push him up, Tony, right?
Tony Lazzari, Babe Ruth, Babe Ruth, Red Ruffing,
One more.
What's wrong with it?
I'll give you a hint. One more outfielder,
Yeah,
one more infielder,
and 1 pitcher.
and 2 more pitchers.
The shortstop,
No, the shortstop was Crissetti, and he wasn't Hall of Fame.
right? He wasn't it. Okay,
That's a hard one. A guy named Joe Sewell, who they had picked up
Okay,
from
I
the
wasn't
Indians,
gonna get Joe
and he
Sewell.
wasn't a Hall of Fame player really, just with the Yankees. It was
Right.
And then you also have Earl Combs, center
Earl
fielder,
Combs, that was
who was a
one.
great leader there. And then two pitchers. One,
Okay.
the screwball,
Lefty
Lefty
Gomez.
Gomez,
Lefty
exactly.
Gomez.
And the other was at the end of his career, but he was a great pitcher for them in the 20s, Herb Pennock.
Okay, I wasn't gonna get Pennock.
9-9.
Nine.
Imagine
Lefty
that.
Gomez.
And they won the World Series that year.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
So
That's a tough question. I agree. So Ray, that was a hard one.
9. He wants me to get 9. I want to get 25.
How about
Yeah.
one more Brooklyn one?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. At the end of the 47 season, Branch Rickey decided it was time to unload the People's Church,
Right.
Dixie Walker.
Yeah.
Right.
He traded him to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh boy.
What two players did he get that became mainstays of the Dodgers for the next 5 or 6 years?
Oh gosh, I don't know that one. One of them was a pitcher, but was a Preacher Row.
Preacher Row.
Whoa, right.
Okay.
Yeah, Robbie. Go, Robbie.
I'll give you
Go,
a hint.
Robbie.
The other was a third baseman.
Oh, then that would be. Oh gosh,
You know
What
who
the-
it is.
I know. I can't think of his name now.
Ask your granddaughters; they may know.
They probably do. I can't think of his name, but
Great fielder, not much of a hitter.
right, and he was the third baseman for
Yeah,
years
till
with
about 53. He
Yeah.
was this until Junior Gilliam came along.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember his name.
Billy
I can.
Cox.
Yeah, Joe Cox.
Cox.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So do I
Very
get a
good.
half a point?
Half a point.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah.
Okay.
That's very good. Yeah.
All right, another
Okay.
Yankee question.
Another Yankee question.
Yes.
Okay.
Last Yankee question.
Last Yankee question. Okay. This is a good one. So there are 5 Yankees to have hit 50 home runs in a season
Right.
as a Yankee.
Right.
Okay. There are 4 Yankees
Right.
that hit 50 home runs with another team.
Okay. So
Wow.
what's the question?
Who are they? What's the question?
Okay.
Who are those 4?
Babe Ruth.
No. He hit him as a Yankee.
Right.
Oh,
You
another
said
team.
5 as a Yankee.
No, you have Ruth, Judge, Maris, Mantle, and A-Rod. Those are the 5 that do it as a Yankee.
Right.
But then there are 4 that did it as for another team.
Did they have to start
They
off the
played-
Yankees?
No.
Cecil Fielder?
Cecil Fielder.
Very good, Steve.
Wow.
There's one on the Yankees right now.
Right.
So, very good, Steve.
Who's on the Yankees now that hit 50 home runs for another team?
Oh, you know Stanton.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Stanton.
Okay.
Giancarlo Stanton. Excuse me.
Carlos.
2 more.
Two more, Steve. 2 more. Come on.
50 home runs.
I'll give you a hint. This guy, one guy, actually hit 2 home runs against the Yankees as a rookie in the World Series
Oh,
in 1996.
Yeah,
Oh, Andrew Jones.
Andrew Jones, because he hit 50 home runs when he hit the
right.
break.
And, then
And the
Yankees
other-
fell down 2 games to 0. Right there.
The other one was a Yankee first baseman at the end of his career. He hit 3 home runs in the 1953 World Series to help propel the Yankees.
Oh, the big guy.
The Big Cat.
The big cat. Yeah, the big cat. You know who that is.
Sylvester?
Sylvester Stallone, exactly.
Yeah.
Give me the
He
name.
thought he
The
threw a
big-
pretty
who's the
cat.
big cat?
So he was he
Johnny
hit-
Mize.
Johnny Miles. He hit
Oh, yeah.
51 for the Giants
Johnny
in
Mize.
1947. Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
Wow.
Johnny Mize. Okay, Doctor.
Very good.
Look, let's get into some serious
Okay.
stuff. I'm
Hey, I have a trivia question for the
Yeah.
doctor.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Nolan Ryan, pretty good pitcher, I would say.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Who got the most hits off of Nolan Ryan in one inning in his career?
Oh, Dodger, right?
The most hits off Nolan Ryan in one inning.
That I have no idea.
Do you know that, Ray?
The most hits off of Nolan Ryan in one inning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, couldn't be 3, 2 hits probably. Right?
7 hits in one inning.
Rod Carew.
Steve Garvey.
No. How could he get? You mean a team that got 7? hits?
No. His got what? Robin Ventura.
Oh, Robert Ventura.
Don't you remember the great
the
boom,
fight.
boom, 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 boom?
Oh, yeah. When he
Very cute,
Wait,
Robert.
that's a
Robert,
good one.
very
Yeah.
cute.
Trick
Wait, who-
question. Sorry.
Who boomed who? Ryan boomed him, right?
Yeah, Ryan
he
boomed
didn't
him.
want to mess with Ryan. He was a pretty strong guy,
No,
right?
Doc, look, seriously.
That was a
that's
great.
okay.
Hey, let me give the
That's
the
a
audi-
great trick question.
Let me give the audience the setup for that. So what happened is Nolan Ryan hit Robin Ventura. Robin Ventura decided he was going to go out there and punch Nolan Ryan, which was his first mistake. Nolan Ryan got Robin Ventura in a headlock, and gave him seven hits. Boom. You know, so
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have time
Doc,
for?
Yeah, we're gonna hit it right here.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be afraid of this. And everybody told me not to, but I'm gonna do it anyway. The doctor, for the people out in our studio audience, etc., has been dealing with the scenario of the coronavirus. He, in essence, they have threatened to take his license away, etc.
Wow.
Because
No, not me, but other doctors.
But doctor, you explain the situation.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, Ray. You just said that you were told not to get into this. Why?
Well, because people are afraid as to whether this whole coronavirus thing and the whole thing with the injection is real or not real.
It's polarizing.
Right. Well, the problem, right. But I think the bigger problem is that you can't have a discussion. Medicine has usually been based, and I've been a doctor since I became a doctor the year Reggie hit 3 home runs.
77.
In 77. Okay. I have always seen medicine be about discussion, hypothesis, testing it, challenging the norms, challenging what the authorities may say. And we found so many things over the years that the authorities told us were true were not true at all. We learned that later. Today, we live in a world where that doesn't happen. People are scared to challenge the authorities, say the CDC, the FDA, or even the medical societies and the medical journals. They have all clamped down on any dissent over the origin of this virus, the seriousness, whether the vaccine is a good idea and whether it's really effective, certain other modalities of treatment. I have never been as frightened for our future, because if we have a medical community, a medical system that stifles any questioning, we're in big trouble. Now, this is not just, of course, in medicine. We see that everywhere now. If you say the wrong thing, Facebook says, oh, you violated our code, you're in Facebook jail, right? Twitter, all of them. My friend Bob Unger, he's in Facebook jail for telling the truth. The truth, by the way, is the worst thing you could possibly say on Twitter. And there's something extremely frightening about this. We're marching into a totalitarian state where the government tells you what you can think and what you can say, and you have to believe everything they tell you. And if you dissent, you are a bad person, and they can punish you in many ways. Just getting you off Twitter is one way. Stifling any of your publications is another way. This is a very, very serious problem, because if you look at today, the virus and the vaccine, there are many questions about this vaccine that have not been answered, and you can't ask those questions. For instance, you could ask, why is this vaccine? Why is it that in 6 months of testing that they decided to approve it, when all vaccines in the past took years of testing and observing and looking for long-term complications? Why here has it been rushed after 6 months of testing? And you can't ask that question, because they say, oh, it's safe. You see all these commercials, they say it's effective and it's safe. Well, there are many questions about that. It's not so effective. We see many people who have the vaccine now getting the virus and spreading the virus. We also don't know that it's safe. There is many people reporting into VAERS significant toxicities that dwarf what we've seen in previous vaccines, and yet nobody cares. And everybody who says, oh, what about all these myocarditis cases or strokes or all these other things, they say, oh, it had nothing to do with the vaccine. Nothing to see here. Move on. You can't speak. This is very dangerous.
It's a world now that we're all faced to make decisions, and we all need to do our own research on different things as well. So
What's our time frame, our
We
Carmine?
were actually just
We have
about-
1 minute.
yeah, we'll have to bring you back on. I know this is a topic that is out in the forefront in our world, in our community, that we need to address. We need to keep talking about it. So I guess
Well,
that's the bottom line.
Problem is,
Robbie,
you
hold
can't-
on before we get off. Robbie, what's your feeling here? From
I agree with the doctor that we are so politically correct these days. We're afraid to say anything, and we should be able to challenge any statements or any mandates that would come out down the pike. So I agree with you, doctor.
That's right.
And
Thank you.
we shouldn't be afraid with any of that stuff.
Thank you. We have a show right after this, Reminiscing with Gene. Let's bring on Gene DiNapoli real quick. Gene, what's going on tonight?
Hey guys, well, to let you know, our guest tonight had to cancel. We have
Okay.
Charlie Gracie, the rockabilly star from the 50s, but we have a couple of big charity shows I'm doing in the next 3 weeks. So we're going to talk about that, and we're bringing in our producers and one or two of our talents to talk about that tonight on Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli, starting at 8 o'clock.
Nice
Gene,
glasses,
that's a great
Gene. I
work.
love the glasses.
Keep the great work. And Robbie,
Elvis lives.
Robbie, you have a show tonight too.
I
Talk
do.
about
My
your
guest
show.
tonight is a guy named Les DeMero, who is one of the greatest drummers in the world. This guy has played with Frank Sinatra, Harry James, the Brecker Brothers, Manhattan Transfer, Mel Torme. He is an amazing guy. And then next Monday, take a look at that, everybody. The Peppermint Twist. Next Monday, Joey D is going to be our guest on Reach Out. And he's got a new book, and we're going to talk about his new book. We're going to play some music. We're going to have Sarah Nimitz sing a song for us.
Sarah! Well, we got a little video promo. Robbie, thank you so very much. Keep great
Are we
care of those
closing
great
with Frankie
granddaughters.
Valli? Are we closing with Frankie?
You've heard people say, where are the greats of tomorrow coming from? You've heard them say it about motion picture people. And you certainly hear them say it about musicians. I mean, people like Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa, Louis Bellson. I mean, where are the great new drummers coming from? We have a young man with us who is 20 years of age and reputed to be the best 20-year-old drummer in the whole world. And he has a group of his own, and they called, what do you call your music, Sounds of 67? What are you going to do next year? Changes the Sounds of 68. Here is young 20-year-old Les DeMero and Sounds of 67.